Okay. We are, alhamdulillah, we are following Sahibul Saif way. Although there may be other shaykhs belonging to Sultan al-Awliya, we're following one. We're not following the other ones. We have no problems with the other one. They may have problems with us, but we don't have problems with them. They may say, our caravan still continues. But we follow one. We don't follow two, or three, or four, or five. Same way as there are 124,000 prophets. But when the Prophet came, ﷺ, all the other nations, even if they believe in 70,000 of their own prophets, they have to say, now we follow you, because you are representing those ones. No longer we have to follow them. So, in the same way, although there may be other tariqats and other ways, we're following one way. This is for those who wants to listen, who wants to hear. You are free to do as you like, whatever you want. But if we are here following what our Shaykh wants, what our Prophet wants, what our Allah wants, then for me, if you ask me, I follow one Shaykh. And we have to follow that one Shaykh, we have to follow that one doctor. And if that doctor is performing surgery on us, we cannot now say, stop, I want to get another doctor. I have to get another doctor, and that doctor is going to fix me also. I said, no, after that I'm going to use this doctor's medicine, and this doctor's technique, and this. You cannot, can you? You cannot. Physically, you cannot do that. Spiritually, even more serious. Because now your Shaykh is working on you. It's very delicate. It's a heart surgery. It's working on you. And if you're following that one Shaykh, if you're following Sahibul Saif, then you follow his way, inshallah. And his way will lead you to success. The other ways, they may tell you to visualize, to do this, to do that. I'm not going to enter into it. But the way of Sahibul Saif, it is not. What are you going to do? First, you're going to concentrate on your ego. Before you start visualizing anything, visualize yourself. Visualize yourself. Don't visualize. Take a mirror and look at yourself. Really look. Take a mirror now, the mirror of who? Of your Shaykh. And look at yourself. Look at the ego. Look at what is in your heart now. Because so easy you can visualize Allah is there. But Allah is not that character there. Huh? That is not Allah. That does not do anything to you. Not in our way. In other ways they may do, I'm not going to say. You can continue with that. But in our way it is not. Because now how are we going to remove, how are we going to put Allah there? Allah, you cannot just put the Arabic letters, alif, lam, lam, ha, Allah, and then you have Allah. No, that is not. First you have to clean your heart. You have to remove all the other ilahs, what we said about earlier. Remove all the other ilahs. How are you going to remove the ilahs? If you know that there is an ilah in your heart, if you know that there are idols in your heart, how are you going to know your idol? The idols that are in your heart, if you're taking the training of Sahibul Saif, so many things you will not like. So many things you will not accept. But it's not you, it is your ego that is not going to accept. You say, oh, I didn't know it was there, but it is. Believe me, it is. We've all gone through that too. And once you start removing all these egoistic desires, once you start removing all these characteristics of shaitan, then that time something else is going to fill. Don't jump to Allah now, yet. Something else has to. Same, they're asking, why you have pictures of your Shaykh everywhere? Isn't pictures haram? Yeah. Very clearly people are saying that. Huh? Quickly they're saying, isn't pictures haram? Same person watches TV 8 hours a day. TV is billions of pictures. But they say, no, it's not. Same person or people, they're seeing pictures everywhere. From the books, to the newspapers, to the movies, to the billboards, everywhere it is now pictures. Okay, you want to say it is haram, then stop looking at all these pictures. Stop looking. It is impossible, isn't it? We live in a time where it is everywhere. Awliya Allah, like what Holy Prophet is saying, they are like prophets to their groups. The sheikhs of our nation, they're like prophets to their communities. They have Islam, and they're going to teach Islam that is fresh and alive also, to give it to you what is needed for that time. They're not going to be stuck with a ruling that was made 800 years ago, or 500 years ago, or 300 years ago, according to which mazhab. People are going according to that, studying all the fiqh of each mazhab, but they're not understanding when it was written, why it was written, how it was written. These are all also important. For example, do you know, you're a Hanafi, I believe it is a Hanafi mazhab, even to eat an egg, it is makruh. You know that? It is. But we're eating eggs. Now, if you're going to bring that out, so many people who love eggs, they can say, no, 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 no. That's because of this, because you have so many excuses. But it is makruh. But you cannot now take a ruling that was written maybe 800 years ago and apply it now. Here, no, you cannot. That's why you have to have a living guide. A guide that has living teachings, live teachings, teachings that are alive to balance things according to the situation. Pictures, haram pictures, they are everywhere. Now, you have to have the pictures of awliya Allah, not haram, but pictures of awliya Allah, that Allah is saying, subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you see these men, they will remind you of Allah. There are some men, when you see to their faces, they will remind you of Allah. When we see pictures of our Shaykh Effendi, it reminds us of our Prophet, it reminds us of Allah. Never is going to remind us of dunya, or our ego, or nothing. Nothing. Only Allah and His Prophet. Only good things, only halal things, only spiritual matters. That's why we need. But in the old days, they don't need these pictures, because in the old days also, you don't have the haram pictures so much around. It only became very common after the Khilafat fell. But in the old days, when people's, their eyes and their hearts and their minds are much cleaner, we may have technology and education and money, but it's dirty. What we have, when that time they're much cleaner, and when they see an awliya Allah, one time they see awliya Allah, it's imprinted, and they close their eyes, and all they see is the face of their Shaykh. All you see now is that Naqsh. You're talking about putting Allah in your heart. The Naqshbandi way is putting the Naqsh, to embroider the name of Allah in your heart, but not in that way. In the old days, you see the Shaykh, Naqshbandi Shaykh, one time you close your eyes, it's already imprinted into your memory. You close your eyes, everything you see, everywhere you see is your Shaykh. Everywhere. And it is not as your Shaykh. Some people, they're saying, oh, visualize your Shaykh. Sit like this. And your Shaykh is also sitting like this in front of you, and slowly you're coming close to him, he's coming close to you, and become one. As a joke. If your Shaykh is representing Prophet, ever you're going to think Prophet and you sitting side, looking at each other and becoming one? Our Shaykh is above us, like a mountain. Our Shaykh is underneath us, huge like the earth. Our Shaykh is huge like the atmosphere. Our Shaykh, fana fi Shaykh. Then they don't even understand that word fana, to disappear. If their Shaykh is like this and you are like this, then why you have to disappear into your Shaykh? Once you disappear into your Shaykh, yes, then that time some naqsh is going to be made to your heart. Ta 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 ta. Very quickly, it will lead you, inshallah rahman, to putting Allah there. Understanding? There are some Qadri brothers here too, but I'm not saying anything that is opposed to whatever they are saying, whatever that they're believing. But this is in our way. This is what our Shaykh has brought down to us that we are keeping. And step by step we have to. Otherwise, if it's just a matter of visualization and you're going to achieve somewhere, then it's not really any different from us. That visualization is not going to make us to become better people. There's so many people, unbelievers too, can visualize much better than us. Belief and faith is not entering into their heart. So, in order to do that, to put it in our heart. That's why I'm tying these two together, the pictures and visualization of Allah. In order to put it into your heart, first you have to clean your heart. You have to come with an empty cup, clean it, and then good things is going to fall into it, inshallah rahman. Slowly, hold on tightly, slowly, don't rush. Shaykh Effendi knows what he's doing. People coming from different backgrounds too. Don't jump, don't rush, slowly. If you have certain questions, ask. But definitely, this is our way. We're drinking from the purest spring. You want to drink from the purest spring water. You may be sick. It's a medicine. So many medicines you take, before it makes you feel better, you're going to get sick. It's a detox. But you cannot say now mix some dirt into that water for me to drink. No, we're not going to do that. But you may take just a little bit, a sip here and there. That water is the water of life. It's going to give you strength. It's going to give you faith. But if you stop drinking, you're going to slowly, slowly crumble. So, if you've taken bay'ah with Shaykh Effendi, hold on strongly to him, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.